What is happening, traders? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing cool. It's been a minute since I've been making like YouTube videos, like posting it on my channel. But I am back. You're going to be looking at very many videos. Like I'm going to be keeping you guys posted each and every time. Like I'm going to be posting like maybe 2 days a week, or it depends. But the fact is, I'm going to be starting to be consistent. It's been a minute since like I've been posting videos, but I am back. So we're going to be doing rough top-down analysis, educative videos, and sharing trading ideas with you guys, right? So yeah, bro, like let's go straight into the video because I have a video like pending right about now. So how about we go straight into the video? Let's go. We're doing market updates on prior 10th, 20th, 2025, so 20th of October. And yeah, let's go straight into the video. So today we're going to be starting with DXY. So we're going to be seeing how DXY has been performing for the past maybe 1 week before, and then we're going to be seeing the previous or other currency pairs that are trading against the dollar, and then maybe we look at some futures like Nasdaq, US30, and maybe crypto, BTC USD. So let's get straight into this. So looking at DXY on the daily time frame, the previous low that we had was actually swept like a month ago, and immediately we saw the sweep. Price started expanding above, and then we had this sort of fair value gap that was created over here after the shift in the market structure at this point, and then price started trading into this point. So this was like the first presented fair value gap. We saw price expand above these highs, broke this structure, that is a break structure, and then we came back towards this demand area that was posted at this point. So when price came here, you can actually see that there was an inversion fair value gap that was created right at this rectangle that I used a yellow mark to so that you guys can see. And then when we traded inside of that, we saw a huge candle forming at that point, indicating a rejection. So you can also tell that I have a Fibonacci retracement tool, or an OTE, to mark my discount and premium zones. So you can tell that price came down, traded into the discount zone, that is 0. You can tell that it actually tapped the 0.0705, that is like 70.5%, and then we closed inside of 0.618, so that is like 61.8%, right? So that is just discount zone, and that was like on the daily time frame. So that is enough to tell you guys that DXY is going to be strong for maybe trading throughout this week or maybe even next week. But we are actually going to be trading buys on DXY, or actually looking at more of buy opportunities. So going down to the hourly time frame. So what we need to look at the hourly time frame is just a shift in the market structure, like the hourly time frame to give us another bullish insight. We're already seeing that the daily time frame has given us a buy entry, and hourly time frame, we want to see exactly the same thing. We want to see hourly time frame giving us a buy opportunity, and then maybe you go to the 15-minute or the 5-minute time frame to see the same scenario, right? We want to see all the 4 time frames aligning with the buy entry. So on the hourly, this was like the 0.618 we saw on the daily time frame, price rejecting inside of that. And then you can tell that I have at this point the internal range liquidity, if you can see that, and that is actually where I want to see price trading above, or I want to see price breaking above this point. So before, we can tell that there was a shift in the market structure at this point, but price never traded into that point. It just broke and then expanded. So it gave us like a liquidity void, but we never traded into that point. It just continued expanding. So we actually we're not going to be seeing price coming back to that point, because it has already left off, so we're going to be looking for only buy opportunities to be, for price to give us at this whatever price is doing at this point right now, because we already created a low over here, and then price has already traded above these lows or above the high that was posted at this point, indicating a break of structure. So we already traded into this fair value gap at this point here. Yeah, so price already traded above these highs, so basically the XY is going to continue pushing further upwards. And we opened, so today is on Monday, so looking at Monday, this was the Asian zone, our Asian session. So if we mark the midnight opening of Monday on the XY, so I don't think this line is going to give us exactly where the midnight open is, but right about the Asian session, this is where the midnight open always occur. You can tell that there was a small or a slight pullback towards a rejection block, which is this point, and then price started expanding. So yeah, just look for buy opportunities on the XY. But since we're not going to be trading the dollar index, this is just for like the insight to show us how we're going to be performing on the trades or the pair, so they are going to be trading against the DXY. So trades like gold and Euro USD and maybe GBP USD. And looking at Euro USD, actually there was a trade that I had taken, but looking at the results before I even do the analysis, you can tell that it never actually went my way. So there was a stop loss that was hitting at that point, and then price started dumping. But I'm not sure if price is going to continue going down. But yeah, I'm not going to be re-entering on this trade. I wanted to re-enter this trade looking at the whole price had broken below. So it had broken up below these lows after taking me out. So price actually closed below this, and then we're having a retest. But yeah, I'm not going to be going in. I'm not sure how price is going to continue dumping, but definitely USD is going to go down since the dollar index is going up. So if you look at the daily time frame on Euro USD, we're not going to be going all the way to the previous week. We just analyze, actually the previous week and maybe the opening of this week. So on the opening of this week, we can tell that there was an expansion. So at this point, we had a change or a shift in the market structure at this point, and we saw price closing below the lows here and then expanded. We had a fair value gap that was created here. Price traded into the fair value gap, filled the fair value gap, and then expanded lower with an impulsive move. So we're going to be marking this impulsive move as the premium and the discount zone, so that we are going to know where price is going to be trading from, and we want to mark out the premium zone because that is where we're going to be selling the trades from. So you can tell that when price traded above these highs, it actually traded and got to 0.79 and 705 and 61.8. So basically it respected all the points here, and then it's important to note how price closed inside 0.618 right there. So that indicates that the dollar is going to be pushing down, right? Because we are trading from the premium zone. Did I say discount? It's actually the premium zone. So heading over to the hourly time frame, we already know where price is going to be heading from based on the daily time frame. Daily time frame has already shown us that whenever price was pushing up last week, this was a pullback. So whatever happened here, this was last week, it was a pullback. So we expect this week to actually trade further downside. So when we expected these points, this is the 0.5 mark, we're already trading below this low. So on the hourly time frame, the reason why I took the sell entries was actually because of the same bias that I just analyzed with you. We actually broke below this low, and I think this was opening this week. So if I open the sessions here,
you can tell that these are the Asian high. So this was on Friday, the previous week. We closed below this swing low, and then price traded above these demand zone or these breaker. You can tell that I indicated here 1 hour breaker, but that was like the previous week. We traded above these points, so we are going to be assuming that is our premium zone. And then on London session, we had this, before London open, we had this black candle, which is showing huge momentum. Trading below, price expanded a little bit, and then we saw a continuation dump on the London session. So that is where when I took my buy entry, because it was like at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. sorry. So I took this trade at the 5-minute time frame. So looking at the 5-minute time frame, you can tell that this is lower over here. So we created this expansion. A shift in the market structure happened at this point, traded back, and then a little bit of consolidation on London was opening, and then an expansion further down to break below the lows. So when I saw this break, I entered because I never thought price was going to pull back to maybe further at this point. I thought, it was going to like just continue going down. But before London opens, we saw price dump a little bit, and then consolidated, failed to break below this low, came back and then took us out. And then immediately at New York opening, we start seeing this expansion towards these lows and breaking below these lows. But since I already told you, we are already at like right now is 320. It's 350. That's 3 New York opening. I think it's already like large macro right now, the New York session. So I'm not going to be trading this. I only trade at morning New York session and maybe London session. But whenever it's late at New York, price might just end by giving us, by tomorrow it might open up with a gap, and then if I took the sales, maybe price will open up with a gap and take out the liquidity above these highs before dropping down. So I'm not going to be taking this trade. So yeah, I think you understand why the reason I'm not going to be selling. However, what price is giving us being a plus setup basically. So yeah, that is all on Euro USD. Expect more of sales on Euro USD this week, but you need to know exactly where you're going to be selling more of this pair or sell opportunities. So looking at GBP USD, I took the same sell on Euro USD with GBP USD. It was like right about the same exact time, because these pairs actually move like they are twins. Like they move like when the XY moves up, it pushes down, and it does the same with GBP USD and Euro USD. So I took the sell at this point. Price almost took us out on GBP USD. It's almost the same stop loss where I set at Euro USD. It's just that maybe I placed this more high. I don't remember the pips that I used for my stop loss here, but you can see that it started pushing up towards my stop loss, came down, started ranging a little bit, and even right about now it is still ranging beyond the 5-minute time frame on GBP USD. So if we go to the daily time frame to analyze how GBP USD has been performing, it's actually the same analysis with Euro USD. There is nothing much different. So just looking at this, you can tell that I drew this OTE mark or OTE tool to mark out the impulsive move that we created whenever we broke below this low here. That was last week's low again. And then when we came here, I was marking out these premium and discount zones. So whenever I mark the OTE tool, right, we saw this liquidity sweep and then expansion. So this was the previous week, and then we had this fair value gap created at this point, but we not traded into that point yet. But that actually wasn't like our main bias whenever I was actually trying to take entry or analyzing GBP USD. I was looking at this. Sorry if I'm okay, let me remove this because I think it's blinding me. Yeah, so whenever I was analyzing your USD, I was only looking at my premium levels, which is this point. I think it's colliding, so I think I should move this. Yeah, so this was the 0.79, 0.705, 0.618. So that was like our premium zone. So we traded into 0.709, 0.705. We closed below 0.705, indicating how strong the premium zone is. When I saw this, I quickly went to the hourly time frame. But before we go to the hourly, you can tell that the previous candle that was formed on Thursday, okay, this was Friday. So the Friday swept to the Thursday's high, and then we failed to break below this green candle. So this was like our indecision candle. So we want to see like a confirmation for price to break below or close below the Friday candles. But since it's a Monday, most of the time Monday is like a manipulation. You won't be seeing price just closing below this, maybe until tomorrow, Tuesday. But I'm very sure today, which is on Monday, this candle is not going to close below. It's going to close maybe at wherever it is right now. And then Tuesday, you're going to see an expansion. But whenever I was telling to buy the sell trade on Monday, I wasn't like going to wait for price to like, close on the end of the day. I need to like trade for the day, right? So I wasn't even thinking about like what I just said right now. So if we go to the hourly, remember what we're going to be marking out on the hourly is the liquidity sweep that was formed on Friday, and then the premium zone that we created. So our premium zone is at the left side here, 0.79, 0.705. So you can tell that this is where we price closed at this point. I think we closed and then we retraced back to almost to this point, and then price already trading there. So I think I had another OTE tool that was marked at this point. Yeah, so at this low, I think I already marked this with the, so looking at the left here, we had this 5 minutes. Let me zoom this. Yeah, we had this 5 minute, or actually the hourly break. So hourly break is like the shift in the market structure at the hourly time frame on Thursday. So we shifted the structure on Thursday. We traded back into this on Friday, and then right now on Monday we still traded back to the hourly break, which is going to be acting as a breaker block in this case. And yeah, you can tell how price was overlapping with the daily time frame OTE premium zone, and then the hourly time frame breaker block, which is the hourly break here. And then with the OTE that I marked, so I marked out from 0 to 1, that is from this low to this high, and then you want to mark out the premium, right? So the premium is above 0.5. So 0.5 is this point, 0.618, that is our premium. Price traded into 0.618, our premium, and then we started breaking below this candle's low, which was going to be acting as a change of character or market structure shift. So when price did that, we see that price closed inside of or outside of the change of character. So that is where I actually took the trade, because I saw this was like a good confirmation to take the sell trade. But I took the sell trade on the 5 minute time frame. So looking at the 5 minute time frame, this is where I took the short trade. I should have taken the sell trade at these points, but I still wanted more confirmation, so I took it at this point. I wanted to place my stop loss right above this high, but I was like, okay, there's no need. If I'm going to be taking it out, there's no need for me to place my stop loss at this point. Even at this point, yeah, I'm going to be safe at this point. Remember, you want to be minimizing the stop loss, right? You want to be minimizing the losses and maximizing on the profits. So yeah, price traded almost to this point where we say that started consolidating, and then yeah, right about now we haven't actually seen a good impulsive move to break below the lows here, but I expect to see something like that maybe tomorrow, like a Tuesday. Right now I don't think price is going to be breaking this. Like I told you, Monday doesn't form breakouts. It's just indecision candles and manipulative candles that are formed on Monday. So yeah, you want to be watching out. So another thing I wanted to analyze is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I took this trade maybe like 15 minutes or 30 minutes ago. So it's a short trade on Bitcoin. Okay, so going to the daily time frame, top down analysis on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been pushing way up since 2 weeks ago when we had, Trump Trump posting out, or giving out the 100% tariffs, or taxing the 100% tariffs on China. Remember the dump that we had on Bitcoin? So we haven't recovered from the dump yet, but we're still seeing Bitcoin behaving like it's going to be going further downside, right? So I don't remember exactly where that point was on the charts, like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember the date that was, but looking at these on the daily time frame, there was this expansion that we had pushing up, and then we came down. We had this fair value gap that was supposed to hold price. I think this actually was the point where the tariffs were like posted on China, and then it affected Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin had to go further like down. So the candle here that we formed on the daily time frame was it, and then so we inversed this fair value gap, right? We inversed it, came back to these points on Bitcoin. Whenever we had this inversion, traded below, price traded back into the inversion, right above here. As you can see, and the price started going further downside and breaking below this candle's low. So what we're going to be doing is drawing the OTE tool and measuring out the premium and discount zones of this impulsive that was created here. So 0 mark at this point, 1 at this point. We have marks at this 0.79, 0.705, and 0.618. I hope you can see that. So that is like our discount, or sorry, premium zones. So heading over to the hourly time frame. On the hourly time frame, we just want to mark out or spot the daily time frame premium zones, because it's going to be posting a very huge supply zone at that point. So 0.79, these where we traded into the points. Okay, so did we not trade into this? Yeah, I think we traded into these points at this, because this was like, sorry, no, I think we haven't traded into that point. So the daily time frame, we just traded into 0.618, not 0.705. I wanted to make that clear. So 618, where is 618? Right here. So we traded into 618 at today, Monday. We created this swing high. So bearing in mind on the hourly time frame, we just want to see like a shift in the market structure, because we already know that we are on a deep premium zone. So we don't want to be doing a lot of analysis at the hourly time frame. We just want to look at a shift in the market structure, and then maybe a retest, and then that is where we're going to be getting into the trade. So we're opening Monday. We created a buy side liquidity that we traded into that point at 11 a.m. I think that is like London session. So we created the high at 4 a.m. So that is Asia. Oh, so it actually is London. So yeah, this candle, this line over here, the orange line, is London session. So we created a high, and then we swept the same high at the London session, and then we traded lower to break below these lows. But you can tell I have a 15-minute breaker, so maybe looking at the 5-minute time frame, you might be looking at more like a sniper break at this point. So yeah, immediately we swept this high at this point. We had a swing low that was responsible for this sweep at this high. So that is going to be our shift in the market structure when we break below it, which we did break. We retested back, filled this void or this fair value gap, maybe inside the consequent encroachment. Yeah, we traded into that point, and then we dumped down. So I took the short trade after price had retested towards the fair value gap. So looking at this, we traded back, came back, retested the 5-minute breaker, this line, the blue line, and then we traded lower. So I never thought price was going to come back to this point. So I took the short position here, like I told 30 minutes ago, and then place my stop loss right above here. So my target on BTC USD is towards this swing low that was created here. So to be honest, I'm actually looking at Bitcoin maybe might go further down to like maybe take out these swing lows, this sell side liquidity that was. So that is my first target. Okay, there is this low, which is my first target. There is this other low, which is like my second target or second CP. So the second sell side and the first sell side. So that is where I want to see go BTC USD trade into. But for now, yeah, I thought price was going to take me out, but it seems like we are reversing it. So I think I'll show you guys what will happen right about this point. But BTC USD is dumping. So another, what are we going to look at here? So gold. It's funny how gold has been behaving lately. So I saw actually a good opportunity to take a buy trade on gold, but I doubted myself. Like I wanted to looking at okay before I actually do the top down on gold. You see this fair value gap. This fair value gap that I created here. So it's actually an inversion fair value gap that was respected, but looking at how gold always behaves, I never thought like price was going to just continue pushing from here. I wanted to see like price coming back to this. You see this blue line that I marked here. I want to see like price coming back to this point, checking out this sell side and then pushing up. But I think we'll just continue pushing further up. So on the daily, there's no need even to go to the daily time frame on gold. Gold has just been going up. Like it has been creating all-time highs. Whenever it retraces, it doesn't retrace that much. It just retraces to maybe like above 50%, which is like above the discount zone at the premium, and then continues going up. So it's so hard to catch the buy trade on gold. So you just need to like continue buying and buying and buying, or step out of gold, because whenever gold creates all-time highs, it's so hard to like spot an opportunity to take the buy trade. So I had this Fibonacci or this OT that I marked out on the hourly time frame. So starting out from this low as the 1, and then this as the 0, right? So looking at our key level points, which is 0.705 and 0.79 and maybe 618, that is like the discount, we traded into this point. And then looking at how price closed above 0.618 gives us an insight that we are rejecting at gold, right? At the hourly time frame. So if I take you to the daily time frame, it's more clear on the daily time frame actually. So there was this fair value gap created. That is what I marked internal range low and internal range high. So after price created this swing high, which is going to be acting as external range liquidity, we saw price came down on Friday and then traded inside the IRL low and IRL high inside of that and filled this fair value gap, which is like the internal range liquidity. And then we saw price close above this high. So this high is actually like what we're going to be drawing the OTE to. So on the hourly, I already told you on the hourly that price closed at 0.618 inside of the 618, and then we had this fair value gap that was formed, which price traded into and then expanded. But I wasn't like looking at price trading just into this. I wanted to see like price maybe pushing further down towards maybe 0.618 or this rejection block at this blue line and then going up. So more of something like this. I want to see like price further come down to 5-minute breaker or rejection block and then go up. But yeah, gold is gold, right? It's so hard for gold to like respect your key level points, especially now that it's just pushing up. It's so hard. So yeah, looking at these, okay, so before actually I marked out this fair value gap, when price traded into the 0.79 at this point, we saw price trading above here, and then we had a up close candles. So this was like our market structure shift. So price broke the market structure shift, came back and retested the 5-minute breaker, which is this blue line, and then expanded up, creating a swing high, which is like our buy side liquidity that I marked, and then gave us another swing low. So I wanted to see like price close above here. So what we were doing here was we were consolidating. Price wasn't breaking above this high. It was just ranging, and I think this was like the Asian session, obviously. So Asia, we were ranging, and then opening at London, we saw price starting to push up. So the reason why I never took the buy trade was I was like, if I buy here, what if price goes down and take out the Asian lows, which was here, and respect the 5-minute breaker once again, and then push up? So yeah, I was like, I'm going to wait and see what gold is going to do. Maybe until price does this, I'm going to buy gold. But what gold did was immediately Asian or London opened, we filled the gap at London, and then London expanded immediately. So when I saw price breaking above this buy side high, I knew that it was not going to come further down. It was just going to continue up. And that is what is happening right now on gold. It's just pushing and pushing up. So yeah, that is how I missed this trade on gold. But yeah, I think this is going to be all of what I'm going to be analyzing today. Gold, we missed this good trade on gold. So imagine if I had taken this buy trade on gold. That is a lot of pips. Like if I had bought at this fair value gap, yeah, like place my stop loss at the 5-minute breaker, and then go for like this high. That's like 1:3. That is a huge TP margin or something. Like that would be good. But yeah, we missed the trade anyway. So yeah, things happens like this, right? Yeah, it's not like a surprise. That is what you expect in trading. You miss good trades like this, but it's better than losing one. So yeah, so these are the 3 trades that I took today. Gold, missed the trade. GBPUSD still holding for sales, and EURUSD we got stopped out earlier, but I'm very sure price is going to continue dumping. So if I see a good opportunity tomorrow, maybe I will take the trade. And then on Bitcoin, took the sell trade, and price is still like ranging at this point. So we're not sure exactly if gold, BTC USD is going to continue dumping, or is going to take me out at this high. So maybe I'll update you on my next video. But as of now, yeah, we're going to be closing there. And yeah, peace out. Take care.